Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Saieed Ali, spiritual consultant and real estate businessman. Remember, for those of you that are having spiritual problems, feel free to get in touch with me. Those of you who need counseling, you can also get in contact with me at 339-1670. You can even call my studio line at 237-3135, and I will see to you. Those of you who have properties to sell or looking for a property to buy, you can also get in touch with me. I want to say a special good night to you viewers of Real Talk in Trinidad and Tobago, of the Caribbean, and around the globe. Remember, those of you on our page, like and share our page. Let your friends and family know that Real Talk is going live. Those of you on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, and you will know when we go live. Now, viewers, it's Mashup Monday. It's been a lovely weekend. I'm glad to be here, back with you on Synergy TV. This is Real Talk. This is Saieed Ali. As we are about to start tonight, Trinidad and Tobago new estate-owned oil company, the Heritage Petroleum Company Limited, stated drilling its first well under its own name yesterday. Wow. Petroleum could have been doing this, but I guess somebody had a better plan for Petroleum. The state-owned Heritage Petroleum Company is expected to boost the existing field production by 70 to 100 barrels of oil per day. Petroleum was Trinidad and Tobago's largest oil producer, producing approximately 40,000 barrels of oil per day. Well, I guess, like I've said, the company couldn't do it because of the management board were having all sorts of problems managing the company. So Heritage Petroleum Company now started their drilling. So if Petroleum couldn't do it, could this company do it? Keep in mind that some of the members from the Petroleum board are there. Petroleum ran down to the ground and they say they couldn't manage it. So if some of them from there are in this present board, do you think they will be able to do it? That was my question to you. 237-3135. Let me hear what you have to say. Because I know if an apple not good in the morning, the apple cannot be good in the evening. Remember that. If the fish not good in the morning, it cannot be good in the evening. Am I right, Mr. Espinay? Am I right? This is sometimes we just need a little reminder of what caused certain incidents to happen in Trinidad. What caused layoffs? What caused Petroleum to shut down? Massive job loss. This is something we need to remember. Not only me, but you as well. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. How are you going, man?
Are you okay? Go right ahead.
Said, how Petroleum could have ever be making a profit when they were paying for invisible oil? Remember? Now you're finding out what and where all the money was going. All the government money that was subsidizing Petroleum was for oil that never existed by the Prime Minister's friend. And still we haven't heard anything come out from this AV drilling scenario yet.
Still.
They come and close on Petroleum, and now you're hearing our next company come and finding real oil.
Yep.
So you see the conspiracy that has been taking place in this country, and it just goes by where thousands of people lose their job because of a relationship of a prime minister and a friend in the oil industry. People have to wake up in this country and see what's happening. Have a good evening.
Thank you, my friend. The Heritage Company Limited has been charged by the state to increase its activity to increase oil production in Trinidad and Tobago. The company plans to drill another 6 to 8 wells by the end of this year, 2019. This was the company that took over when Petroleum shut down. They are going to start, they have started drilling oil, for oil. So Petroleum couldn't do it when it was running under Espine. Now Heritage Petroleum now. Heritage Company started the drilling. I wonder if they would find fake oil. I'm just wondering. Because if the state company was running under this man and they found state or they found fake oil. I had to say they find fake oil, you know, it just didn't appear. They found fake oil. Now the same man on this board now, and they are doing drilling. I want you all to understand, your husbands, your brother, your sister, your cousin lost their job at the refinery. This is what I want you to remember. So that is why I asked the question, would they find fake oil now in this Heritage Company? So you see, sometimes when I come here and I'm talking, some of you would say it's foolishness, but for some of you to reflect what took place, it's for you all to remember what took place. Under a management board. Not too long, a guy had to rent his car, a former employee of Petroleum, had to rent his car in order to pay a mortgage. He had to rent his car, his personal car. He had to rent in order to cover a mortgage. Just imagine. So I will wait and see if there's any fake oil to be discovered while they are drilling. Moving on, viewers. Former Minister of Education, Dr. Tim Gopi Singh, said that one of his patient relatives died from a blood clot while waiting for a bed at the Port of Spain General Hospital. Dr. Tim Gopi Singh stated that the health sector has become a disaster under the PNM government. He noted that it pains him when patients die waiting for a bed. Former Minister of Education Tim Gopi Singh is calling on the Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley to remove and replace Health Minister Terence Dayal Singh, whom he described as the worst Minister of Health, and to initiate policies and programs to save lives. Well, we all know the health sector have been in a crisis. We have a hospital that haven't opened. CDAP, to get CDAP is a problem. To get medicine is a problem. To get bed in the hospital is a problem. To be visited by a doctor in the hospital, we have to wait for hours. And it goes on and on and on. We hear of operation being cancelled. We hear about eye clinics. Some of the cataract patient getting appointment in 2020. So this is just some of the things that are plaguing our health sector in Trinidad. How many of you are satisfied with it? 237-3135. Feel free to call in. You know, and it's sad to know that we have 1.4 million people. That little bit compared to other countries. And we cannot have a proper health care in this little island. We are finding hundreds of millions of dollars for other projects. But we cannot have a proper health care. One of the most important things in a country is health care, and yet we cannot have it. We are paying health surcharge. Where is that money going? How much money are being allocated for health? And yet we are importing doctors from other countries to work right here in Trinidad when we have qualified students in Trinidad with degrees. But yet they cannot find a job and our health sector is crashing. But there are hundreds of millions of dollars that are being located every budget to the health sector. And yet we cannot get a better service. So who is to blame? The people? No. It's not the people. It's not the people. Caller, good night.
Saeed, good night.
Go right ahead, my dear.
Now, Mr. Gopi Singh, I respect him a lot because in my young days, that was my gynecologist.
Okay.
But the writing is the writing. I do not agree with him saying that the health sector is not up to par under this administration.
Mm-hmm.
It was not up to par even in the last administration. And the administration before that.
Mm-hmm.
I took my granddaughter to Mount Hope Pediatrics.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even have a thermometer to put under her little arm.
Wow.
To take her temperature. And that was under the last administration.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God I didn't have to take her back under this administration. I just make sure and keep on top of things.
Good, good.
No bed. My mother was in hospital recently.
Mm-hmm.
I went to take her out. If you see the wheelchair side, one wheelchair, and the wheelchair have no rubber on the wheel.
Oh.
The seat burst up. You had to force it to open it for me to bring her down.
That's the wheelchair you're talking about in the hospital?
Yes, Saeed, no attendant. I was the attendant.
Wow.
That had to take my mother from Mount Hope Surgical and wheel her downstairs to the vehicle. No attendant. Right? And the wheelchair in a mess because it's a piece of a wheelchair, not a whole wheelchair. You hear? And I had to show ID. I had to leave my ID to bring her down in that whole wheelchair. Like if I will go away with that.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Thank you, Saeed.
Thank you, my dear. Hey, sometimes you really have to laugh when you hear about situations and incidents that people have to go through on a daily basis, you know. I mean, yes, it will pain our heart, but sometimes you just really have to laugh too. Serious. The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, alongside officers of the Special Operation Response Team, assisted by Counter-Trafficking Unit and the CSI and the Guard and Emergency Branch, rescued 6 Venezuelan women from a human trafficking ring in Diego Martin on Saturday. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night, Said.
Go right ahead.
I want to know in the meeting what Rowley had in Point Fortin. How he can call on that fella and the corporation there to resign for taking a bribe or something like that. Tell me this thing. And he have a man sitting in Parliament there. You remember the sportsman?
Yes, yes.
And he had to take taxpayers' money to pay for some kind of business. I don't know. I can't remember what it is.
I remember what you're talking about.
He don't fire him.
True.
But he calling on the man to resign. Rowley or not.
Thank you, my friend. 4 suspects were arrested, both male and female. The Commissioner of Police said that throughout strategic operations such as these, the TTPS is succeeding in cracking down on human trafficking and other crime in Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good night.
Hey, Saeed, good program. Good night, Saeed.
My friend, good night, good night.
Saeed, yeah, what that guy just spoke about it. I want to continue that. I mean, like Dr. Rowley, you know, these fellows and them don't think before they talk, Saeed. Dr. Rowley is an educated man. He have a doctor in front of his name.
True.
And he's a man who's been here a long time. Even though he called for Glenram to resign. All right, nobody said no, he did a wrong thing. But Dr. Rowley, you have to check first. Check your government, check people around you.
Yes.
And see that everything is straight and clean. Then come out and talk. You have a senator they charge him from drunk driving, he right under your arm. You have an ex-minister, suppose, he's on some woman bottom, you pay 100,000 and he's still around you. Marlene McDonald have all kinds of things over your head. You ain't come out and talk, but you come out and talking about the camera to tell the general to go. And these stupid people clapping without the clapping. I mean, there's nobody else say that you was wrong for saying that. But Dr. Rowley, check yourself first. Make sure everything in the government clean and straight. And then you can come out and criticize people as a private demand, Dr. Rowley.
Thank you, my friend. Officers of the Professional Standard Bureau arrested an inspector attached to the Southwestern Division shortly after lunchtime today. The 47-year-old inspector was arrested in his office at the police station in the division. He expected to be charged with misbehavior in public office and perverting the course of justice. Just imagine an inspector, misbehavior in public office and perverting the course of justice. Now for inspector, you're supposed to have enough sense and well educated in your position because you are an inspector. Now you are being charged with these two charges. How does that reflect on you being an inspector now? How does that reflect on you, on a younger individual wanting to enter TTPS and see an inspector in a high rank position being charged with these two charges? How does that reflect on you? Now, according to Gary, you can't fire them. But one of my suggestions is to suspend them for life. You see, just how I pushed for the 6 bills and legislation that I wanted, and you all see every time the AG would make an announcement and bring one, I would show you. And let me tell you something. This is something I will be pushing for. Because remember, Mr. Dixon, he is having a problem with the commissioner in implementing polygraph testing and drug testing for the Western Peninsula. Hold on, I'm working on something. You know, I always working on something, and when it come forward, I do get my result. Caller, good night.
Hey, good night. We have a problem here. I know it's not, we were supposed to bring up this on Friday, but I still bring it up because I get the time to call you. We road here in Welcome, which is in Kudupia here, and into Raganan Road, and into from Esmeralda, we have a terrible, terrible piece of road in this piece of area here. I don't know which part to Ryan Rampasad. I don't know if he take a vacation or if he's not around.
Who's that, the councillor?
We road. Yeah, the councillor for this area.
Oh, he probably on vacation.
I don't know what happened to this guy. This guy, I don't know. He just left the road just so. When we going down, there's some big pothole. If you come up, I would like you to come and take a visit in this area and highlight it.
Not a problem.
I would like you to come and do that. And you're coming through Enterprise into Raganan Road, into Welcome. You're making a road, you'll be coming north. And if you're coming through Esmeralda, you will be coming through by the Savannah there and come through in that little area there. And you just take a look and see, we have to go to every citizen, every people on this area have to go through that road every single day. Come and take a look at it and you'll see the pothole with water and how we have to drive there. I would like you to visit we area tomorrow, please, and highlight this in the air tomorrow. Thank you very much and have a good night.
I will try my best, my friend. Thank you so much for calling in and highlighting the problem. As we move on, viewers, you all going to love this one, yes? Believe me, I loved it. I loved it. That is why I'm here tonight to talk about it. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is calling on the nation's Muslim community to reject and condemn all gangs, especially the so-called Muslim gang. The Prime Minister challenged the Imam and the Muslim leader to leave their respectful comfort zone and publicly reject the action of criminals operating under the banner of the Muslims. Listen to this. The Prime Minister stated that the majority of murder of young men in Trinidad and Tobago were from gunshots, from gang warfare between the Muslim and Rasta City factions. Now I will tell you something. I pushed for the anti-gang legislations. I pushed for the anti-gang repeat offender of a gang for no bail. The bill is up and running. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is the head of the Security Council in Trinidad and Tobago. Stuart Young is the Minister of National Security in Trinidad and Tobago. Commissioner Gary Griffith is the Commissioner of Police, leading the operation of the TTPS, Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Now if these three men come together and decide to call an SOS in Trinidad, the reason why you're calling the SOS is to lock down on gangs in Trinidad and Tobago. You wouldn't have to challenge the imams of the Muslim League in Trinidad and Tobago. You understand, Mr. Rowley? Caller, good night.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Saeed.
Walaikum salam, go right ahead.
I wanted to speak to you about a piece of land we have in Strandford with the government. Could I call you tomorrow?
No problem. 339-1670.
339-1670?
Yes.
Okay then.
Now, if you understand, as the head of the council, that the killing is caused by gangs, and you have identified two particular gangs in Trinidad, the Rasta City and the Muslim City. I'm going to tell you something. No part of the Quran states to strap a bomb on your body and run into any building or to run into any crowd and blow up yourself. No part of that. You understand? So if the Prime Minister or the head of the council, Security Council, which is the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, have identified that the killings that are taking place in Trinidad are gang-related, what are you doing to dismantle the gangs? You tell me now. You come out and tell the public now. Because the Muslim religion in Trinidad and Tobago, we do not support fake Muslims. We do not support gangs, rival gangs. We do not support killing. Why am I saying that? I am a Muslim. My wife is a Muslim. My children are Muslims. My friends are Muslim. I am part of the Muslim community in Trinidad and Tobago, and I do not tolerate gangs. I do not tolerate illegal firearms. I do not tolerate strapping a bomb in your body and walking into a building and blowing up yourself. I do not tolerate these things. So don't come out in the media and challenge the imams and them to leave their respectful comfort zone and come out and publicly condemn all gangs, especially Muslim gang and Rasta City gang. You are the head of the council, Security Council in Trinidad and Tobago. What are you doing? What is the TTPS doing? What is the Minister of National Security doing to combat illegal gangs in Trinidad and Tobago? You tell me that. Caller, good night. Go right ahead.
I just want to, I wanted to rewind the protest with the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
The ministers, them were raising pay. They want a pension fixed, nice. But you have ACC workers who have 50 and 40 years, who getting $700 and $800, $1,000, $1,200, $1,600. And the government, the agency wouldn't fix it at all.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. You see, when you hear come across and you hear start to label religion concerning killing, is where you start to interfere with me. Because if I was the Minister of National Security, or even if I was on the board of the Security Council, let me tell you something. Gangs would have never existed in Trinidad. Take what I'm telling you. Because I would have scraped through every community in Trinidad. You know, long ago there's a fine teeth comb where they used to comb me hair with? Let me tell you something. I would have scraped through every community in Trinidad and Tobago to make sure that gangs do not exist. Caller, good night.
Hello, good night.
Go right ahead, caller.
Yes. Since the Prime Minister had that information, the people who did the investigation and give him it is Rasta City and Muslim City, they should finish the investigation and tell them to name them, and then give the list of the imams and whoever it is.
Exactly.
What do you use that for?
Exactly. Thank you, my friend. Exactly. Because I will tell you something. Remember recently when the commissioner came out and said there were 50 notorious individuals in Trinidad that are causing killings? Now Subhash Pandey, this is what they have identified. According to intelligence gathering, according to the commissioner. Now, Subhash Pandey wants the commissioner now to release the identity, to release the address, to release the names of these individuals so the public can be aware of these 50 criminals that is in Trinidad. You know why I'm saying that now? You know why I decided to touch on that now? Because as soon as the police hold somebody in handcuff, TTPS is Lego issue on their website a white page under the Trinidad and Tobago police page and the picture and what they're charged for. They are innocent until proven guilty. Now, I don't see anything wrong with Mr. Basdev, or Subhash Pandey, asking the Commissioner of Police to release their identity, release their picture, release their names, release their last known address, so the public will be aware, hey, this is John Doe. He lives at whatever, and his address is whatever. So the public now will be aware, hey, you see this man? We have to be on the lookout because he's a criminal wanted by TTPS. And it would be easier. You see, there's a simple way to fix crime, you know. You just have to have the proper common sense behind it, you know. Just the proper common sense, you know. You just have to know how. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
Go right ahead.
What happened? Government owing us our money as Ministry of Works just 2015, and they haven't paid us yet. Even with sick leave bonus, they're owing us. And they haven't paid us as yet.
That is Ministry.
And they rented boats and paying a set of money on a boat, and they don't have the money to pay you.
What department this is? Ministry of Works?
Yeah, Ministry of Works, Highway Division.
Highway Division, okay. But according to Colin, remember, the economy turned around and we booming.
Yeah, but we are getting money.
Ooh, well, then the economy on all the side and booming.
No. I am to get Rohan's number. I want to call him and tell him.
I understand, my friend. Thank you very much for calling in. You see, viewers, this platform is for you. You see what the caller did? Call in and highlight his concern because he is a member of the Highway Division. He's not getting his back pay, he's not getting traveling, he's not getting whatever it is. So he called and highlight, this program is for you to do that. This is for the wider viewer to understand what is taking place in ministries. And I give you all the airtime to do that. So I want the intelligence unit that got this information and pass it on to those in the Security Council, for the minister to come out, the Prime Minister to come out and make a statement like that. Which means you have to have evidence. And if you have evidence, you have laws and legislation that I have pushed for, which I received. So why are you not acting on it now? Why? Caller, good night.
Yeah, man. All them letters that you come inside. I call on the Commissioner of Police. You have to clear your name. People accuse you of joining let's say try to assassinate a journalist. And you say no in a government, everybody in the whole country will tell you to clear your name. And so guys, if you don't clear his name, people will have that amount of respect for him. That is still right.
Thank you, my friend. If you know that there's a Rasta City gang and you know there's a Muslim City gang, what? And I am asking, what is the Minister of National Security waiting on to instruct the TTPS to make sure that there is no gangs in Trinidad and Tobago existing? Because we understand that gangs will rape, kill, and dismantle an entire family. So why did I push that bill? Why did the AG pass it? But we do that for cookies? Because I ain't seen no cookies in my hand still. So this is what I want to know. If you have that type of information, that these gangs exist in, what are you doing? What are you doing? You tell me. I'm tell you about a little incident that happened in the Superior Court. There was this couple used to live abroad. Call her good night.
Good night, Mr. Saieed again.
Go right ahead.
Remember for Carnival, we saw the Minister of National Security, we saw Gary Griffith at length and breadth throughout the country boasting how successful Carnival was.
Yes.
And how they reduced crime at its lowest in years. Since then, we haven't heard one statement from neither one of them. We don't know if Stuart Young knows that he's the Minister of National Security. They ain't speaking nothing and saying nothing about crime, and there's murder and killing every single day.
Yep.
By the 2s, 3s, and 4s. And it seems like what we need to do in this country is to declare 365 days in this country as Carnival, so the citizen will be protected. But then again, you have to remember that crime is a big business.
True, true.
So when a government could allocate probably the biggest part of the budget towards national security, we have to understand now who are the ones who feeding off of that.
Exactly.
So reducing crime come like you're taking away money from
someone's mouth.
Exactly.
Thank you, my friend. Let me tell you a little incident that happened in Superior Court. Watch how favor is run, eh? There was this couple used to live abroad. They're married, they have kids. Now, before they came back to Trinidad, the husband and wife separated. They separated. The woman had a son for the guy. They separated they separated abroad. They came down to Trinidad. He went his way, start his life. She went his way, start his life. The woman now took the guy to court. Both of them reside in Trinidad now. The woman took the guy to court for maintenance of the son. So the court wanted a paternity test to make sure that what the woman brought forward, the child, was the guy's son. No problem. She went, she did the paternity test. Now keep in mind, the woman never missed one day in court. Every time the matter would call, she would make herself present. So by the order of the court, they went, they did the paternity test to make sure that the child belongs to the father. When the result came out, and they had to reappear before the magistrate, the woman could not go to court because of her monthlies was so painful to her. She could not go to court. Prior to that, she was attending every date that given by the court to appear before the magistrate. The test came back that the child belonged to the father. The child belonged to the father. So there is no way the test lied. The presiding judge or the magistrate understood that the child belonged to the father according to the test. Here comes the best part. Caller, I figure just hold on the line. Here comes the best part, viewers. Apparently, somebody had a little connection in the court. Take what I listen. Somebody had a little connection in the court. And you know, because the woman couldn't attend to the court on that day, the magistrate knew that the child belonged to the father. The magistrate knew that the woman brought the father before the court for maintenance of his son. You know that case was dismissed. You know that case was dismissed in the Superior Magistrate Court, with the judge fully aware that the son belonged to the father. So now the woman end up without support from the son. So I want to ask the judge or the magistrate, because I know a JP cannot dismiss a case. They could only call and put off. So I am asking the magistrate now, or the judge, whether you be male, whether you be female, what example did you just send to the public? What example did you just send to the public? You are saying, you are telling me that if a woman bring up a man for maintenance and they go before the judge, the mother don't have rights? The father don't have to pay maintenance? So you telling me now, every time a matter come before you like that, you would dismiss it? So this is my question now to the whole of the Superior Court. If the JP now, if the JP husband decide to leave her now, and she go before the magistrate now, for maintenance from the husband, well then the judge will dismiss that. Is that the message you all sending? Let me tell you something. When that woman told me that, I sat down and I started to think. And I asked her, I said, repeat what you just said. She said, Saeed, when the magistrate became aware that the husband is the child one, the child is the husband one, because I wasn't there, the matter was shown out. I said, you sure? She said, yes. She said, Saeed, I went by the JP, and the magistrate, the JP told me the matter was thrown out. I said, did you inform the JP that they had to do a paternity test? She said, yes. She said, the JP know that. So now I am here now, Monday night on my show, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, to let you know what happened in the magistrate court in Superior. And I ain't afraid to say it. You want to come after me, come. But just remember, I am abnormal. I am not one out of normal individuals walk the street. I will light my light and say a prayer, and we never know who could get a heart attack. We never know who vehicle could flip. You would tell me you're a judge, and you dismiss a case knowing the man had to pay maintenance. You set the man free of maintenance, so the child, you care about the child then. So you trying to tell me you will let a man who killed somebody walk away from the court because there's evidence before you? But we want to fix Trinidad and Tobago. And I told that woman to go back in the court and bring them up. Bring them back up. That is the kind of justice we have in Trinidad. Because somebody have a little somebody in their back pocket. The man is paying maintenance. And that is from the Superior Magistrate Court. Caller, good night.
Hello?
Go right ahead.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Hello?
Yes, go right ahead.
Yes, this is Elizabeth. What about Edmund Dillon? Went quite New York. And he robbed a man at condo. When he come back, they make him the minister of housing.
But this is the kind of justice we getting in Trinidad.
What about them drilling oil? EV filling paint over all his oil rigs and all his oil company, all his equipment. Is he what drilling that oil for heritage?
He migrated to a new place.
Yes.
And he going under a different name, I believe it.
That's right. He rented out to certain individuals.
Up to date with
They dig up that.
Thank you, caller. I up to date with everything happening in Trinidad. You know why? I always in the know. I always do my groundwork. So when I come here and I release the facts to all you, don't tell me with a letter that I don't have facts. You're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. And I will say it right here over and over. Because my team knows, and inspectors knows, and ministers knows, when I come here, is nothing else but the facts you're getting. I want to say congratulations to Ambika R. Timol and Simran A. Timol on your SEA success. Also a congratulations to Satish Dwarika on your SEA result. I do wish these students the best in their journey to a brighter future. You see, we have a call. Caller, good night. Hello?
Walk free.
Hello?
So why is that man, what did judge do? Nothing big, because money talks and bullshit walk.
Caller, your language, you're live on air. I tell you, watchman, man, that is the greatest I hear for the year, you know. The manner where he became a father. He is the father of the child. The judge sitting who listening the case aware because the paper in front of them. And because the woman did not attend that particular day, prior to that, she was always in the courthouse. She said, Saeed, I'm going to court today. I said, no problem. You just keep up to date with your court, and we will see where's the result. The magistrate dismissed the case, you know. Dismissed the case, you know. So there's a message sent to me as a father. If me and my wife break up, I going scotch free. I maintenance free. So that is a message for you now, ladies. And for you now, men of Trinidad and Tobago, you could be scotch free in the court. As long as your papers prove that you are the father, you're free to go, no maintenance. You know why I'm making it a big issue? You know why? I am a father. I just take care of my boys and other children. And to see that foolish statement that the judge made because he knows somebody and somebody in somebody's back pocket, but I go tell you something. I go tell you something. Trinidad and Tobago and viewers of Real Talk know Saieed Ali, they do spirit work. But listen this. When I take my scissors and you hear I cut out their back pocket with who know who, then we're going to see, then we're going to know who going way. Caller, good night.
Mr. Saeed, a very good night to you and your viewers too.
Go right ahead, my dear.
All your maintenance money went in the judge's pocket. Have a good night.
I tell you, when that woman tell me that, It's like, what? Repeat what you just said? She said, Saieed, the matter was dismissed. I said, did you make the judge aware that the child belonged to the father because based on the paternity test? She said, I didn't know. I was like, ooh. And let me tell you something. In a courthouse, a JP cannot throw out a matter. Neither can a JP dismiss a matter. What the JP could do is put it for our next date. So who dismissed the matter? The presiding judge who sat on that chair. I'm going to tell you, when I come here, me no business about nobody, you know. I come to inform the public, you know, because this is the work I choose. To expose fraudsters. Caller, good night.
Good night.
Go right ahead.
Saieed?
Yes?
I want to tell you about the case with the boat son come down and the Porsche and Caronize.
Go right ahead.
Saieed?
Next call, next call. So if the judges and them doing that, if the judges doing that, and it coming out in the public domain like that, meaning we cannot trust the judge and the magistrate that is sitting, that is giving a ruling. Because I have friends in the law sector in Trinidad and Tobago, and when they heard that, they're like, Saieed, you sure? I said, yes. I said, I am willing to bring the woman in front of you. How hard was it for the judge to place an order on the child father, 200 for the week, at 500, at 800, at 1,000? Huh? Because somebody knows somebody? I'm going to tell you something. I'm buying a new brand scissors. I'm buying a new brand scissors and I'm going in my prayer room. You know they say the Hindus and them is like that, the Christians and them, when they go down to the oh God, the church in Santa Flora down there, where they just go on there, light the candle. Oh God, I forgot the name of the church. All the help inside there. You know, there's one, they light their light. Well, let me tell you something. When I usually in my prayer room, and here I light my candle with his new brand scissors, I cutting out the who in the back pocket. I'm telling you, this is madness. Call her good night.
Saieed, I'm calling to remind you of the workers on the Galleon Passage. We have not give our overtime money as yet. They're bringing in boats, they're bringing in new boats, and up to now we have not received our overtime money.
That's from the Galleon Passage?
The Galleon Passage.
So they didn't pay earlier the overtime one?
No, they didn't pay us salary and we gave you overtime.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, thanks.
So you see, viewers, this is your program. This is where those in authority, when they make a foolish decision, no. I want to let you understand and I want to let you know Saieed Ali and Real Talk will expose it. Call her good night.
Yeah, good night, Masari.
Go right ahead, my friend.
You see what you say there, Masari, that's going on long time, you know. I hear about that under a lot of judges in the High Court and magistrates and all that, right? And all they want to get rid of the Privy Council, boy. We can't get rid of the Privy Council from England. You see, these Caribbean islands are very small islands. So when somebody tell it Tom them, and you, Masari, decide to investigate who is Tom, you find out it's my donkey in my backyard. Right? What I'm trying to say, all of us are jurors, and influence is very easy to be spread in these small Caribbean islands. So we need a place that is independent and free from influence. You see what happened there? We can't get rid of that Privy Council under no conditions.
True.
And I would never support any final Caribbean Court of Appeal, because you all and we all have seen what has been going on with Chi and Sharman, all fellas and them come up the road, you understand? So we can't do that. We could never do that. who want to do it, that is their business. I pray that that don't ever happen in Trinidad and Tobago, that we get rid of that Privy Council in England. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friend. Viewers, we are out of time for tonight, but a rerun of this program is tomorrow at 10 a.m. and we will be back here at 7 to 8. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. Viewers, be safe and enjoy your night.